full of ego. Full of ego.
Oh yeah, full of ego.
Full of ego. Just like Marvel. Full of ego.
Full of ego.
Full of ego. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Let's Talk Today's podcast. The best podcast in my mind. A little bit different, except not different, because this is technically our second time recording this video, this podcast, this episode. Last episode, you saw the super epic announcement. This stuff happened.
Yay!
Mics were unplugged the entire time.
Whoa.
Not really anyone's fault. Mostly my fault. But it ended up probably was for the best. I yelled about how Taylor Swift just sucks. Anyways, fight me. Welcome back to Let's Talk Today's podcast, the best podcast in my mind. I am Tendie. That is Sav. We are back once again. I believe this is like episode 15, 16, something like that.
Roughly.
Give or take. I can check that real speedy quick. But as I check that, we can roll right into the intro. And we're back, because I'm going to cut right as soon as you go the other way. We are on this is episode 15, is what we are on.
Episode 15.
Episode 15. 15 whole episodes. Think about that. What? That is you moving the thing. I just saw the cords moving. I got scared for my life. This camera, by the way, is the one I got off Temu, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get it to work properly. It'll work well, so deal with it.
It's working fine, I think.
For a podcast camera that sits here and basically sits in my basement until I need it, it's good enough. So, anything you want to say before we get into it? Anything in the mind of, in the savvy mind? They look at me and wonder, what's going on inside my head?
Crickets.
Do you want to shout out something you just made recently?
No. I recently made an animation on my channel. It's also on my TikTok, which is, if you search up Cringe is my name, you may find it. If not, you probably won't. Yeah, and I also posted on my YouTube channel, which I was pretty proud of because it's my first animation, like real animation, because like before I made gotcha animations and shit like that, but this one was hand drawn. Took me too long for an 18-second video, but that's besides the point. I also deleted a bunch of footage originally, so
there you go. That's what I was getting at the entire time, because it's good. It's good. Okay.
Oh,
well,
thank you. I wasn't going to.
It's your platform. Talk about it. If there's something to talk about, you can talk about it. Something you do. Do it. You do you. So, this episode, just like last episode that was hidden in my archives footage, we have a wheel.
Which is really amazing.
I think you made that exact same joke the last time, too.
I probably did, because I really like it. And he's going to really kill me.
Wee. So, we have a bunch of topics on here, excluding the ones we talked about last time, which were Disney adults. I concluded that
Disney adults are weird.
They're weird.
I concluded that Disney adults are Disney adults, and it does not matter.
And then... Wait, speak?
Hello.
It might be coming... Okay, I'm gonna mute this, because I don't know if it's coming up through there. And we also talked about TikTok songs, or songs that are ruined by TikTok. And I got into a rant about Taylor Swift and how her fans are annoying and how her music sucks. So we're not going to get back into that.
No, because that'll cause another big argument.
Yep.
It was a great argument, don't worry. It
So-
would have been super entertaining if you all saw it, but nope.
We have 8 topics. I'm not going to show you. We're just going to get right into it. Before we get into it, subscribe. Cool. Bet. We're spinning.
Make sure to tell
Yeah.
your different ideas on what you want us to talk about as well in the next video.
Yeah, if you guys have topics you want us to talk about, throw it down in the comments. Spotify or YouTube or both. This first topic, I don't know what we're getting into. I don't know how many we're going to get through. Have you noticed that the quality of food at different restaurants have severely decreased?
Yeah.
And the only reason that I wrote this one down is because I think we went to...
Montana's?
No, I think we went to Tim's.
Tim's. Oh, Tim Hortons.
Tim's has gotten worse.
Shout out to Canadians.
No, it's American now.
Shout out to Americans.
No, so Tim Hortons, their food has gotten exponentially worse. Their donuts, which were goated, are now not being made in-house. They're getting shipped out frozen and then just getting, like, dipped and thrown onto the thing.
Oh.
They're not baked in store, which is what they used to be back before they were bought out by the parent company that also owns, like, Burger King.
Well, like, it was like when they got rid of the like, strawberry lemonade and, like...
Yeah, when they got rid... I think once they got rid of that, like, double oval logo and they went to that just the word and it became corporate,
well, yeah,
that's where it started going downhill.
I just don't understand why everything had to, like, even their cheese croissants, which was one of my favorite things, now just tastes so plain.
It's money, but like it's pure money. They make so much. They can make so much more money if they don't spend more money on people actually knowing how to bake a proper croissant. The only good thing they still have are their ice caps. I'll stand by that. Their donuts have gotten worse. Their cookies have gotten smaller. Their coffee has gotten worse. Tim Hortons doesn't own Tim Hortons coffee anymore. The same brand, the same coffee beans they used to use. You want to know who owns that now? McDonald's.
Right, you mentioned that.
So, if you want a cup of Tim Hortons coffee, go to McDonald's, which says a lot. Even McDonald's. Actually, I think they've been getting better. A little bit.
I don't know. I can't really attest to that because when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of McDonald's or like fast food in general. I had a lot of Tim Hortons because I would go on like trips a lot. Like we'd kind of just go driving a lot, me and my family. But yeah, McDonald's was never really a big thing because my mom like is a super healthy person, whatever, which is not a bad thing at all, but just meant that we had to be healthy too. I'm happy about it now, but as a kid I probably would have been mad. But no, like I just can't attest to it. Like I don't really remember
like
a lot about it.
McDonald's now within itself, it's decent. I think you go to McDonald's, you know what you're expecting. On the rare time you might get.
Unless you're Sabrina Carpenter.
What happened with her?
Oh, have you?
I don't think I've heard.
Video? Well, she was doing like, which is better, American food or like British food, something like that. And she said she'd never had McDonald's because she was saving it for a special occasion. For if she like won something big or did something big, she wanted to eat McDonald's for a special occasion.
It's pretty valid.
Yeah.
I can't even be mad at that. It's kind of smart. Oh, here comes Sadie back again.
Guess who's back?
Waddling through, wondering
Back
why we're at the
again.
table in front of a camera. Now she's just gonna waddle right over to Sav, try to get her attention. Last time, I think she just kept barking.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So, quality of food, many places have gotten worse. Another example, I think, well, you brought up Montana's.
Montana's, yes.
Do you want to give that story?
Um,
I can give my story. Hello.
I had loved their mac and cheese because it was cheesy bacon mac and cheese, and me and my twin sister had it every time we'd go there. It was like a special tradition type thing, and they stopped making it, and it just became like this really watered down version of it. There wasn't a lot of cheese. It kind of was just whatever. And I know for some that's good, but for me it was not, and I was so sad because then it also started making me sick too. The only time I ever got like any sort of like food poisoning, and for some reason I couldn't tell you why, it just started making me feel so sick, like no tomorrow.
Well, they used to have, they still technically do, but it was it's called like the Canada burger or something like that. So it was the one that I got when we were out with your coworkers, and it's like a burger with cheese and piemel, and it had this like apple butter barbecue sauce, which I loved, but they changed it, and it wasn't as good. And then I'm like, can I get nothing on it except the cheese and the piemel and then the apple butter barbecue sauce? And it came out and it was drenched in it. Like, you would have expected them to go like right into a vat of barbecue sauce, right? Pure vat of acid full of barbecue sauce. But it's like, I think the only place that hasn't gotten worse when it comes to the quality of their food has been Wendy's.
They kind of just stay the same, in my opinion.
Even their price, I don't even think their price has gone up
a whole lot.
A whole lot since. I think actually it's kind of level. I think it was usually a little bit more expensive. Now it's leveled out a little bit because everything else has gotten so expensive. But
GG Wendy's.
GG Wendy's. I think I would much rather have a Wendy's burger than anywhere else. That's coming from like.
Their fries are great. I'm not really a fries person either, so.
Pure goat. The Coke Freestyle is insane. More companies need to adapt the Coke Freestyle. All the fancy flavors. Pure goats. Pure goats. Okay. Let's change it up. We seem to go through this topic. I had more to talk about it when I first wrote it down, maybe like a month ago. I think that's because we had, again, going back to Tim's, their grilled cheese. The last time I had it used to be like huge, and it's not me getting like, me being a growing boy or anything. They literally just got like the two smallest slices of bread and charged me $7 for it.
It also used to not be $7.
No.
It was like $5, maybe less, and then all of a sudden it became $7. If I wanted that, I could literally make my own grilled cheese for like less.
Or go to Williams like we did.
Yes, which is delicious.
Pure goated grilled cheese. All right, another spin. Ooh. Ooh. This is what I wrote. I think this actually came from the Yappy Hour podcast, and they were talking about it a little bit, but I wanted to get your opinion on it. Would you say you're a car person?
Car person?
Car person.
What do you mean?
Do you think you like cars? You know a little bit about cars? Go vroom vroom?
Well, I like the look of cars mostly, but other than that, I don't know too much. I wouldn't say I'm a car person, no. Because that would be...
Right. Do you think... This is the question. Do you think electric cars should completely take over gas-powered cars? I know my answer, but I want your take on it.
No. I don't think so. Because both are bad for the environment. Like, neither of them are good for the environment. People think that electric is better. It's not.
No.
Not only that, there has been times where they have literally burst into flames. They power down quickly, just as easy as your iPhone would. And, like, in hot summers and stuff, and, like, cold winters. And especially in Canada, like, you can only imagine, because the heat's always up or the cold's always down. Like, it's never in the middle.
Right.
So
maybe like 2 weeks every couple months.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't think we should only stick to it. Like, it's good to have at some points, but other than that, I don't think either of it's good.
So you're right. I'm saying no, and you're right about them both being worse. Here's the one thing that the demon has been expelled from you. The one thing that the guys at the Happy Hour podcast did ask, or they did talk about, in an electric car, you have your battery and your, like, motor to turn the wheels. Once you lose a little bit of that battery, the car gets progressively worse.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Once you lose the battery entirely, the car is worth nothing.
That's what I mean.
In a gasoline car, if you blow an engine, you can always replace the engine.
Yeah.
So, with everyone going, oh, this, that, electric cars better than gasoline cars, Canada passing a law where I think they passed a law where electric cars are going to be mandatory in the next bunch of years. It's going to be hilarious when they say that, and come when everyone has an electric car, how many times you're going to have to cycle through every 2-3 years, 4 or 5, however many years, depending on how much you drive.
That's what I'm saying. It's basically like an iPhone.
It is.
Like, it progressively gets worse over time.
But another thing, do you know roughly in our city how many electric car chargers there are?
No.
I believe there's one.
I think there's 2.
Is there? Because I know there's the one down by the Toys R Us on the south end.
There's one right here. Like, down...
Is there?
When you walk from my house, like, from my work to, like, my house, if you were to walk, it's that...
Oh, is there one there?
Yeah, there's a car wash with it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what that is.
Oh, I thought that was just what. Anyways, there's
2 electric.
There's 2.
Yeah.
Now, where's the next one? Toronto, which is an hour drive.
Yeah.
How long is an electric car going to last you in an hour? With an electric, you get all with the Tesla, right? You get all the fancy gizmos. You can change the horn to become a fart. Okay, haha, really funny. You can play video games on the big screen. Whoop-de-doo. But if you're actually trying to get anywhere, and there's not a charger anywhere, or you didn't charge at home, or you don't have $7,000 to build a charging station at your home.
Well, I was gonna say, think about it like this. Not only would you have to replace it a bunch, think about it as how long, for instance, did my dad's car last?
For those who don't know, he had an old
oh
my god,
Cadillac. Yeah,
old Cadillac, like a
it was
60s,
like, yeah,
70s, 80s,
40s,
1940s, 1940 Cadillac. When did it get into its little bumperoo?
Maybe like 2-3 years ago.
20, we'll say 2020. Around 2020, would you say? Roughly. So
I lied, it's 1950, but still,
1950.
Regardless.
So that is 70 years?
Yeah.
A Tesla could dream to last maybe 7 years. It is, and you were 100% right with the battery on your phone. How many times do people replace the batteries on their phone because the phone, nothing's wrong with the phone, but they just can't hold a charge? My brother's phone, I think it was his old phone maybe, We had to replace a battery on his.
No, my phone was great. Not this one, but the one I had before.
Mm.
But it wouldn't hold a charge, so I had to get a new one.
So, and then let's say it gets into a crash. You can't use the battery anymore. What are they going to do with the battery? You can't use it in a different car. You can't break it down and use its parts for something else.
Well, plus they burst into flames real quick. There's been, like, proof of it, too.
Do you know how much, to get the lithium that goes into the electric car batteries, do you know how much, like, CO2 is emitted from them actually mining the lithium? More than a gasoline car.
Well, yeah, as bad as gasoline is, so is electric, 100%. It is so bad for the environment, every little bit of it. Honestly, people, carpool or walk.
It's like Uber's a thing. No, but it's...
Or bike.
If you have a car... Larry. You know Larry. You've met Larry.
I met Larry.
We love Larry. He's awesome. He has a hybrid. His electric part of it maybe lasts him down towards 40 kilometers down the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is gas. It's great to have. Yeah, it saves the environment for the first 20 minutes you use it. But then you can't use it. How much CO2 does it make to actually get that energy to power the car? There's so much. Like, if you look at an electric car from, okay, it's a car that runs off a battery. There's no CO2 coming from the car. That's great. But once you take a bigger, wider look at everything that goes into making it, suddenly it's not that good of an idea. Again, if you're looking at getting a Tesla because it's electric, look at getting a car, a real car, something with a gas engine. It might be cheaper to fill up your electric car until you can't go anywhere because you forgot to charge it.
Well, yeah. How, like, if you got stuck in the middle of nowhere...
Put in neutral and put... Actually, I don't even think they have, like, a gear shifter.
No, what I'm saying is... If you get stuck in the middle of nowhere, if you have, like a gas canister in your back, you can always fill it up if you have, like, a gas car. But then the second you have, like, an electric car, how are you going to power that back up? If you were to get stuck in the middle of the desert, what's your best chance?
Like, one of the funniest part is you going back to the...
Like, I'm just...
You're right. No, you're 100%.
Question.
You're 100% right. You can't charge... You're going to plug in your phone to your charging port? I think... I don't own an electric car, but I think it's kind of the same thing as a phone. Once it hits 0% battery, it shuts off, and then it takes 2% battery to recharge, like to actually turn back on. A gas car, you run out of gas, you fill it up a little bit, you can start it right away. There's no, like, buffering period for it to restart and rerun. And
anyone who has an electric car, this is a genuine question. Like, if you were to get stuck in the middle of nowhere, how do you feel? Like,
what are you doing? What are you doing? How you doing? What are you doing? If you get stuck in the middle of the road, what are you doing? Middle of the road.
I don't know why you're asking me that.
I don't know.
Ask them.
If you get stuck in the middle of the road, what are you doing? But it's one of those things. The concept is the right idea. The concept of a car that doesn't
use a lot
of energy, whatever. The idea is there, but the execution going into it ruins the entire thing. I think when we get to the point where gas cars are now banned from the road, you're going to see a lot of people just not drive. And then guess what?
People will be so fit. Oh my gosh.
Companies are going to lose out on a bunch of money because nobody's buying electric cars.
Yeah,
government's losing
dollars.
out. The government is losing out on a bunch of money because government buys gasoline, and if nobody's using gasoline, government sells gasoline to other states to then to put it through and, like, clean it, basically.
I don't think they would do it.
Once they realize how much money they're losing, they'll cut it back.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
Do it. See what happens, government. Do it.
And this is how you die.
Yeah. Do it. But it's stupid.
I don't think they would do it because you're right, the amount of the economy would shut down so quickly.
I don't know. I can hear my brother. The world will go to heck. The world will go to heck.
Darn.
We're recording. Just leave them there. Thank you. We got new shoes. You want to see the shoes? Live unboxing.
Sure.
Live unboxing. Live unboxing. Alright. 2 pairs of shoes. One for me, one for you. That's for you.
Oh, you got me shoes.
My mother got us.
She got me shoes. I
Oscar.
didn't. Why'd she give me shoes?
Great question. Alright.
I didn't need new shoes. I'm happy to have new shoes.
Do you want
but I
to
didn't need new
do you want to
shoes.
do yours first?
Sure. Responsible looks good on you. Thank you. I know. Probably the most responsible person. Definitely not the guy sitting next to me or anything. Oh, look how cute they are. Look at them. Look how cute they are.
So here we have the Puma ladies white court shoes. All white, triple white.
Triple white.
Triple white, size 6. If you want to send us some shoes, she's a size 6. 5.5 sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
We can
They're
try
so
them.
nice.
We can try them on after. Alright. Next up we got Adidas court
Well, I would
beats.
like the box.
No. You get no box. Adidas court beats.
Oh, I like the
I
red.
have been looking for a pair of white shoes since my birth. Here we have. Oh, I think I got it untied. We have white shoes, gum bottoms. We got black Adidas stripes, blue little stripe in the back, and a red heel. These actually cook. I've actually been looking for white shoes for the longest time. These will fit in so many outfits. We will have to thank my mother when we go back upstairs.
The difference between you and I?
Oh yeah. Small feet, small socks. Big feet, big socks. Alright. Spinning again.
Are you insulting my socks?
That's what you got out of that. What? I can go first on this one. I'll let you give you time to think, but I'll ask you the question. Our podcast. We have a podcast. What would you want the dream set to look like? I can go first on this one.
Dream set.
What would you want the dream set of our podcast to look like? I can go first if you would like me to go first, so you can think. The dream Let's Talk Tendies set. First off, there's 2 sets. We have a talk show couch set with mics that won't unplug, and we have a table set like this. So both sets have the choice of we can have a more open conversation between people, or we can have more of a business talk interview between people. Basically, both will have an LED background with a moving image of the logo. Basically just saying Let's Talk Tendies on it. And fancy mics, whatever, fancy cameras. But it's the idea that a guest can come in and they can choose. Would they rather have a sit-down interview at a table and be, interviewed like this? Or would they rather have a sit-down interview on a couch and be a little more comfortable, with a little bit more of a conversation? Mm-hmm. It's something that, I would love to do. I think inviting people over to my parents' house to come down to their basement and record a podcast is a little weird. Shout out Jonah, you're weird. But something like this, We can set up a couple microphones. We have another spot for another mic. Someone wants to sit here, we can interview them. Riley. We can bring people over to talk. We got the couch over there. We can bring a chair. There's so many options that we can do. And then we can get rid of the border around here with the words on the bottom and...
So, like, the dream setup.
Dream setup. What would, if you had a choice or your input on what you would want this podcast to look like?
I think I would want, like, a black or white, like, background type thing.
Right.
With, like, I don't know, like, specific people who come in have their own specific type of color. So they get to, like, so you would wear, like, a dark blue or something. And I'd wear, like, a pink. And then, basically, there would be different little sections of the room. So it would be a big room with, like, black background and white table, or white, like, black table and white background.
Right.
And then you'd have your mics and your specific color sets. And basically you'd have that little area look like your color. And there would be an area for, like, a green screen, and an area where you could stand around, and there would be a big TV where you could, like, point out, like, cool things. It's like, or play games or this or that, just to enjoy, like, somebody's company almost. Like, and then the couch, so that, like...
So it's kind of a multi-use content studio.
Yeah.
Huh.
Exactly.
I don't think we could do it in the basement, but, you know, I like the idea.
Well, you said dream. You didn't say where, you didn't say how.
Like in a, like, you buy a warehouse and you split it up into different rooms. I like that.
It doesn't have to be too big, just enough space to have a bunch of people and
rooms. That's
different type of room, like even just one room with, like, different sections almost.
No, I like that. That's actually really smart. Damn, that kind of puts mine to shame. Damn, that puts mine to shame. How long are we at right now? We are at 30 minutes. We can do one more. This might be the shorter.
Sorry, guys.
No, honestly, I think we just, like...
The topics were just kind of, I guess...
They were better...
In your brain.
In my brain. I think I need to...
Plus, by the way, if my studio would have a bunch of stuffies on the couches, just saying.
Oh my god, everyone gets their own stuffy of themselves.
But I like my favorite part, I think, of that idea would be the color idea.
Yeah.
And, like, you could have, like, almost like LEDs underneath your chairs and stuff of that color. So that's why with the black and the white it works so well, because then it's shining anyway, regardless.
So cool. We should do that. I think my mom will get mad if we put LEDs underneath her chair.
Maybe.
Nah, that's impossible.
Yeah, because, like, for you, again, it would be, like, blue. I'd be pink. Name another YouTuber friend we had.
Dom would be red.
Red, then Emma would
probably
be...
purple.
Yeah, purpley, or, like...
Or if she took pink, then you would be yellow.
Yeah.
It's my camp color. It's yellow. I'm actually kind of mad.
I love that.
I'm mad. This is my first time telling her that.
Boy, would that be it's a conversation for another day, but the reason he hates yellow.
I hate it so much. Okay.
Make sure to comment yellow in the
I will drop
below,
kick every single person that
comments
that.
I will comment it myself. Don't worry, guys. I got your back. Listen, he doesn't have to see you guys all the time. He has to see me. So if I end up dead, you know why. Listen, that's also haha funnies, because if I end up dead, it was not him. He would never.
No. Okay.
Just in case.
I accidentally spunt our last topic.
Oh.
Any dream clothing that you've always wanted?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Dream clothing.
Dream guest on my podcast?
I don't know. Let's mix this up a little. My exes. One of my exes.
She was actually snorts crack before
Anyway,
every appearance.
my dream outfit choices would probably... I am super into, like the 1800s and stuff, and, like...
Let's go.
I love...
Let's go.
Like the queen look, or like the princess look, like with the big poofy dresses and the corsets and the cute flower, cute bows in the hair and stuff like that. My dream outfit would probably be like a big, like almost either light blue or pink, like flowy dress. Think Cinderella almost.
You are totally going to
other than
one up mine. It's a pair of Jordan 1s. I only thought about that because I saw a pair of Jordan 1s and I'm like, oh, I really want them. And I'm like, oh, that'd be a great topic. No, it's... You have... I think you like that era, though.
Yes, I do.
And
I like... Don't get me wrong, you know, Burn the Witches, not great. Doesn't help that I'm a twin. I probably would have died real fast. But, I think I like the romance and, like I know it probably would have been a harder time, especially with, like, plagues and stuff as well. You know, not...
Just dodge the plague.
No modern medicine. Well, yeah, our ancestors did it.
Just dodge it. Like, it's not that hard. Just don't get it. Don't contract it. You got it? Just get rid of it. Like...
Okay, anyway.
You caught a cold? Release it. I don't know.
Yeah, next time he gets sick, I don't want to hear any boo-hooing.
You will hear all the boo-hooing.
Anyway, I like the romance and stuff, but if it's from, like, if you mean simpler...
Oh, no, it's just whatever you wanted.
Oh, I really want, like... I used to have these really cute white shoes with, like, a rainbow on the back of it, and I loved it. And it was, like, on the bottom and, like, the front, and it went all the way around the shoe. And then the rest of it was white. I miss those shoes.
Oh, I remember them. They're so nice.
I can't wear them. I couldn't wear them anymore. They got holes in the bottom. They're really cheap, but they were my favorite shoes, and I had them for so long. Even when there was holes in the bottom.
You let it slide a couple times. You're like, we're good.
I learned to appreciate everything I have. So, like, there are a few shoes I own that may or may not have holes in them, including the ones I wore today. So it's kind of good that I got new shoes, but, like...
And it fits in perfectly.
I've learned to appreciate everything I have, because, like, you know, whatever. But, my clothes, there's a hole in it. I'll fix it up.
We'll get through it eventually.
I'm pretty good at that.
It's okay. We'll get through it. It's okay. We'll survive.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm here.
I think I've always wanted a pair of Jordans. Like Jordan 1s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but like either the classic, like they're called Chicago's, but like the red, black, and white ones, or like a custom like.
Somebody watching this can be like, "Hey, guess what?"
Oh no, they 100% will. Or like a custom like navy white and gold one to match my channel. Which is funny too, because I got those rock shoes like from Under Armour, and they're navy, gold, and white. That's the only reason I bought them, is because they match. Well, they're on sale, but they match the channel.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, that's the only reason. But no,
Very exciting.
I think my answer, you had like some like emotional connection to it. Like, you know, I've always loved. I just like the shoes because they look cool.
That's the difference between our personalities regularly.
We write an essay. What do you think about this topic?
I will go full out.
It was good.
It was extravagant. This amazing time, and then he sits there and he's like, it was okay. It was
made me giggle.
It was mid.
That's usually how our conversations about like movies and stuff go. We just watched a movie. Oh my god, what was it called? She's Out of My League.
She's Out of My League.
With Jay Burchell.
Mm.
And It was pretty good. Pretty funny. Made me chuckle.
I liked it a lot. I liked, I guess the concept is interesting, especially considering, I don't think it's 100% realistic.
Really?
Okay, yeah, I know it's a comedy, and it's supposed to not be realistic, but, like, I think that a lot of people are very materialistic these days.
Yeah. No, but...
But thank you.
But they wouldn't stop a plane from taking off by some guy with a giant wrench walking out, and nobody knows that it was them.
I like the love story. It's sweet.
I like Jay Burchell.
It is funny, actually. Not my cup of my cup of tea for like humor and stuff. I'm very hard to make laugh. Very hard to make laugh. It depends.
I make you laugh.
Yeah, it's hard to make me laugh.
For the nerds, it is.
Okay.
I made you laugh. Look, see? It's not that hard.
No,
Anyways.
what is it? I've done so many, like, try not to laugh, and it's so easy for me. The only thing that ever gets me is cat videos, or, like, dog videos, or, like, just
Children falling.
No, those don't get me. I feel bad more so.
It's always hilarious.
Like, animal videos, anything to do with an animal kills me.
That's actually all I've been getting on my TikTok feed.
Makes sense.
Have been animal, but it's like a guy voicing over as like the guy behind the camera.
Yes, I love it.
And I send them to you. It's
See, that's what.
so stupid, but they're so funny.
You know, you wouldn't get this from me or anything. But, like, dark humor. I love dark humor. I always have, and it gets me into a lot of trouble sometimes. But I have a lot of dark humor.
You did rhyme cancer with dancer.
Don't tell people that. I made my whole class laugh, okay?
You also made probably a couple people concerned with that one.
I got, like, I was rapping, and then I was rapping, and then it got super quiet. Super fast, because what was it? And then I just went, I have cancer. And then everybody went so quiet, and I'm like, and then everybody started dying of laughter, and I was just sitting there, and I didn't know what to do, and then because I wasn't expecting to make anybody laugh.
I don't even know. I feel
I wasn't one of the funnier ones, I don't think, in that class, to be fair. But apparently,
I think they just caught a lot of us off guard. I'm just trying to think. Has there been any time... I'm trying to think back to high school. Just in drama where it's just there's been something that has made everyone laugh. Like, who did something that made everyone laugh? I don't know. Owen, Chris, and Kyle were all pretty good. They were hilarious. You know, I work with Owen.
Hattie was funny.
Hattie was hilarious.
And
funny. I work with Owen.
I knew that.
Same location,
I knew that.
He never did drama until grade 11. He skipped out on his first drama year was online during COVID. Never did drama before that. Right?
Good job.
If you ever end up meeting in your life Owen, you'll know it's Owen. Hilarious dude. Like, genuinely just funny for no reason.
There's a lot of people that I know that are actually just genuine. Somebody who shares my humor would be Dom.
100%.
Dom has my humor.
There's a difference between you and Dom, though. Dom is not afraid to say it, which is
oh yeah.
It made me do a lot of editing.
Most of my humor is like, well, because like, okay, not to like toot my own horn or anything, like I'm super like sweet and quiet and like innocent, whatever, but most times I have like the darkest humor in the middle of like nowhere. I'll just sit there for a while and think about it, and then I'll just say it, and then people automatically burst out laughing because they don't expect me to say it.
No.
I'm pretty, like, surprisingly enough, I'm one of the tamer ones of my friends. Out of all my friends that I've ever had, I've been super tame. That says a lot.
Says something. I'm trying to think who else in that, like, grade 12 drama class, or even all the drama, just genuinely made people laugh off of the dumbest things.
Oh, I can't remember his name, but I remember his face. Hold on.
Mike? Like the
Mike
Russian
was
dude.
pretty funny.
Mike was he's hilarious. He's selling, like, properties in...
Oh my gosh, he's so
now.
smart too.
He's a genius. I love Mike.
I think I heard poems or something he wrote or
love
whatever.
Mike.
He's so
awesome.
smart. No, I was looking at a picture from our prom a few years ago. 2 years ago. In 2 days.
From
Sorry.
when this was recorded.
Just had to be specific.
I'm sure.
Give me a second. Here it is. I have it. All the people who went into our class. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them.
Who are you looking at?
This guy right there. I think it's...
Oh, I roughly know who you're talking about.
I know.
Yeah, he was kind of funny.
He was hilarious.
Oh my god. I totally
Him and Hattie were like the comedic duo, though.
Who was funny, or who wasn't funny that you thought? Or who wasn't funny,
gonna
but
tell
who
them. I'm
I
not
could
gonna say.
I totally could say, and we know them too.
I do not want to say.
I totally could say it, and we know him.
We're not doing that.
I totally could say it, and we know
I do
him.
not want
It's
to
not
cause
Dom.
any drama. Dom is super funny.
Dom legitimately just has stupid humor, and that's what makes it funny.
It's my favorite humor.
But I think always
don't
thought.
tell people that.
I don't care.
I
What's he gonna do? What you gonna do, brother? But he always thought he was funny, especially when it came to that. Basically, there's a huge thing going on in the world, and he picked a side that was against a bunch of people's
morals.
And then the people who... And then I think basically the entire class... It was the same day you presented, too.
Yes, it was. It was after me.
It was after. And basically, he did a whole... The project was find a... What was it? Tragedy? Talk about something.
It was talk about like a big event that happened.
That's...
During...
Yes.
Wasn't it during COVID?
No, I think it... Well, maybe. Maybe it was
because
recently.
Ours was about COVID.
It might have been recently. Big event recently.
Well, was it group projects that he just happened to be alone on, or was it...
Yeah, weren't you alone? Or were you with... No, you were... I think it was...
Because I don't know
You had the choice of being in a group. Because it was me, Dom, Ryan, Emma.
Yes.
And we did the stages of COVID.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
And then you said, no, I'll do it. I got it by myself. And we're like, okay.
What did I do by myself?
It was, I think no. Was it? No, what?
I did a lot of stuff by myself, but I liked working alone.
Anyway.
As social as I am much better at working by myself a lot of the time because, like, I am very overlooked most of the time, and I'm creatively
Smart.
intelligent. Yes.
You're smart in general, though.
Yeah, okay, tell me a math equation, and then I'll
2
probably...
plus 2.
4. I almost said 2. I panicked.
Anyway, so this guy, he goes after her, and he picks, the Ukraine-Russian war that was happening, like, back when it was, like, the big news happening.
Yes.
And we had, actually, I think it was actually, funny enough, Mike and Emma, who are both Russian.
And
or have Russian heritage.
They had a lot to say because, well, yeah.
He wasn't the only one. They weren't the only ones.
Well, of course, you said something.
I said, so, it was...
Super insensitive.
Yeah. the idea was go around. The idea of the project was go around and interview people about their stance on different things. So we chose COVID.
Yeah, we chose COVID, like different experiences during COVID and different things, and we got so many like
different things, but they were all still kind of the what. So I think I went to my dad, my mom, my football coach, and I think maybe one other person, and everyone else went to like 4 people, and we all went okay. But anyways, so he comes up and he does interviews, but his first thing is that he said, this is from blank blank, but he mixed up the names of the real people he interviewed. So it would be like Mike Smith and John Loretta, but in real life their names were John Smith, Mike Loretta. Like he switched the names.
Yeah.
Those aren't real people, by the way, but
it was real people he was interviewing and talking about, and he basically called them out by name, which you're not supposed to do. No, we didn't.
You weren't supposed to say who you interviewed. It was supposed to be 100% anonymous. So he went and he talked about the Ukraine, and he had differing opinions, and then he got to one that was very anti-Russian, and I think half of his presentation was on that.
Was like very against the Russians.
Very aggressive. And we're like, dude, what is happening? And, we didn't really talk politics. We didn't ever talk politics in that class. And we were never, it was always, if you have a differing opinion, I respect that opinion.
And that's okay.
It was always a respectful environment. And then it got to that, and we're like, dude, we can't even respect what you're trying to say.
We had to, like,
we cut him off.
Yeah, a lot of people did. He didn't even get to finish his presentation, I don't think, because a lot of people got really frustrated and was like, well, it's insensitive, you're being terrible, like, I'm Russian, and these are, like, some of those people are my family, some of these people are people I know, and not but every single one is bad. And he's like, I know that there's a lot going on, and I don't agree with what's going on, but it's not fair to me to be calling out just specifically, like, Russians and just specifically whatever, and saying, like, this and that, whatever.
But it was such a... So I said something about, like, I'm not even Russian, and I found that offensive. Then the fact that you have spent the majority of your... It seems like that is the only thing you've rehearsed this entire time. Because it actually...
No, he was reading off a script.
No, that
was
the only one he wasn't reading off a script.
For the most part, he had a script in his hand, and he was reading off the script, and then he got to that part, and he
put the script aside, and he started talking, and we're like... I said something like, I know that seems like that's the only thing you've actually practiced. The fact that you had to have red lights on there, and the fact that you had a complete confidence change, something like that, is appalling. I don't remember exactly what it was. 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, just over 2 years. But it was like, dude.
I just remember not being able to watch it anymore.
No, I think that was like, and not many people wanted to speak, but when we did, it was like, and you could see, like, when he was stopped, he had such this proud look on him. Until someone said, "What the really?"
I think you were either the first or second person to say anything.
No, I think Emma and Mike went first because they were like.
No, Emma went after you.
Oh, maybe then I wasn't, because Mike was really vocal about it.
Which is fair.
And I love Mike, but that's a completely fair reason. Like, it's not his fault, but grouping all of them together, all the Russian people together because of one person, it was just, it was really messed. And then afterwards, it was the end of the class, so we all got up and we're like, oh my god, Sav, your performances, and none of us went to him because none of us were happy with him.
Because it was just me and him, I think, that day.
Yeah. I think it was like 2 presentations a day.
Yeah, and it was me and him, and I went... Actually,
and yours was great. Yours might have been with the paper you threw in the air.
Oh, yes.
Yours was great, though.
You're right. So basically, my presentation was on magic. Very opposite to that. It was supposed to be like about a girl who like basically falls in love and like it feels like magic. That's the only thing. Like she's like super miserable and whatever, but then she falls in love.
Now everyone say it together. Aww.
And then I still have the script somewhere, but
I have the video on my drive. I have not
too.
deleted it.
I do too.
But it was like you went from something so sweet and so like cutesy and flowers to
I was wearing a cute little red dress too. It was great.
to literal like F this group of people, and you're like, actually, I think he said.
He did it. He did say it.
Yeah.
He did say the word, yes.
And it was like, what? Huh? Sorry, did I hear? I remember looking, I think, to Mike, and Mike looked at, and I looked at Dom, and I kind of looked. I'm like, anyone else having the same reaction as I am? Like, it was.
Yeah, everybody's stance almost. Everybody got so tense, and everybody kind of.
You could feel the. Yeah, you could feel the tension like grow as he kept talking. You're like, it was messed. I'm trying to think of where we were. Anyways, trying to think of like how to it was really tense, really bad. Nobody ended up saying good job to him. I think he might have failed that one too.
Yeah, well, because Mr. Braun...
Love you, Mr. Braun. You're the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
He didn't even agree with it,
no.
I remember.
No.
He's like, you need to change that stance.
I think he even told us when we were doing it, because how it would work, you present and you would get feedback from the audience. The audience that you're presenting to, like you're performing to. Is still... Okay, we gotta get dinner right after this. But you could have been a little louder here. You could have, like, little nitpicks, but that are easy fixes. I think that, didn't he say something like, okay,
he said try to be less insensitive, because he said it was insensitive.
And that was after we talked. Because he would let us speak first before if he had something that we said or something he was thinking about that
he basically had to say that like
read the room.
You have to understand that like there are certain people, including your classmates, who are from that type of people, like who are Russian and who are
from that heritage.
Exactly, and like obviously like people who speak it at home, people this and that, and you're basically part of those people who were just full of hatred, and it was, you could feel it from both parties. You could feel like the upset coming from like us, and then you could feel like almost the
hate radiating off of him.
You could feel it in like the smiles and the way he spoke.
And there's a difference between playing a character. I've played in drama a character where we bullied her, right? Funny enough.
Great.
But that's a character. Yeah,
he bullies me in real life, but like he loves me. There's a difference.
I might push her over a couple times just because she falls funny, but anyway. But there's playing a character and there's living the character.
Yes.
I could play the Joker. Doesn't mean I'm gonna be the Joker. I could play Iron Man. Doesn't mean I'm going to be Iron Man. Like, it's...
You can be a character.
You can agree with your character's opinions. Doesn't mean you have to
be your
get super excited about it, like how he did.
Yes.
So, anyway.
I think maybe there was more to say about it, but like
I think we all kind of had the agreeing opinion upon that, though.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any school time stories, we really should just talk about school stories. That's basically what this is revolved down to.
School fights and
School
stuff?
fights, that could be the next one.
Ah, yes, so many of those.
I got 1, 2. I
have 1.
I have 2. Maybe I talked about the one on... Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've not already followed or subscribed, consider doing so towards the end. I don't want to say towards the end. Do you have anything you want to say before we go?
thank you for joining us, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to go check out my channel because, I'm awesome. And, yeah.
Thank you. Subscribe. We're going to go eat tacos now and try on our shoes. All right? See ya, and enjoy your weekend life.
Bye.
Job. Peace. I gotta heat Stu up. Why is my mouse not mousing?